What's going on, my Yetis? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna teach y'all and walk y'all through the buying process, what it's like to purchase property here in Belize, and it starts with these 4 steps. So the first step in the buying process is searching for a property. Now, what I always recommend to my clients is to come down to Belize before you buy something. You need to come down here and see the island, see the country, and see if this place is really for you, because a lot of people purchase sight unseen, and when they come down here, it's just not their vibe. So always recommend come down here, put boots on the ground. The second thing to note is that in Belize, there is no official MLS, which means you're gonna rely more on agents and brokers and their knowledge of the market to get a real understanding on values, comparable sales, and the certain areas around the island in which we recommend for investment or lifestyle. There's a lot of different avenues to take here, and working with a company like Remax, we have all the connections. We can refer you to handymen, contractors, builders, bankers, and the best place to buy tacos down the street. The second step in the buying process is placing an offer. So after you've done your research, you've looked around the island and you've found what is gonna work best for you and your family, it's time to make an offer. So the first thing we need to obtain is what's called a land certificate. And this document is gonna be the main piece of information to pinpoint the lot's location, the property's location, and to secure your ownership as a property owner in Belize. After that, we're gonna go into the contract. So here, it's very simple and straightforward. This is a cash purchase offer. It's 3 pages long. What we're doing here is defining the terms of the agreement. So the purchase price, you're gonna determine the closing company, whether that's a attorney's office or a paralegal who's gonna help you facilitate the closing. And then other details like the closing date and any contingencies that you're gonna wanna protect your earnest money deposit while you're doing your due diligence. One of the most important parts of the purchase agreement is the due diligence period. And that is a timeline that we put into the contract that allows you to go out to the property in person, get your inspections and all these other things done while protecting your earnest money deposit. The typical earnest money deposit is at 10% of the purchase price, and that gets held in a US-based escrow account. That way you can send your money and keep your money in the United States. And if you decide within this due diligence period, which is typically around 14 days, that you want to terminate the contract and pass on that particular property, all of your earnest money will be refunded back to you. Generally, these closing companies are going to require some sort of retainer fee, around $1,000, $1,200 for their services. But in general, your earnest money is completely protected, and that is our job. Very important job for a real estate agent here in Belize. So step number 3 of the buying process is the negotiation phase. And this also happens during the due diligence period. So in a lot of circumstances, you're gonna go in there, you're gonna get an inspection done of a property, or even say a survey done of a piece of land. And in a lot of those cases, you're gonna have things come back that are gonna affect the value of the property, whether that's a new roof being needed, foundation problems, a range of things in a home can come back from these inspection reports, or on a survey, maybe you were told that the lot was a bit larger and it came back smaller. So through all that due diligence, we're gonna go on your behalf and negotiate with the seller based on any potential major issues. You'll know before the end of your due diligence period whether or not the seller is gonna accept the reduction or potential work needing to be done by the seller before we close. The 4th and final step in purchasing a property here in Belize is closing the transaction. So after you've done your negotiations and you've done all of your due diligence on the property you're purchasing, now it's time to finish things up. And generally all that is needed after this point is for the final funding to go into the escrow account. We're gonna lift our contingencies on the contract So we know there's a clear title, we know how large the lot is, we know the condition of the home. And after that point, the closing company will draft all the documents. In general, they're going to have to send you the documents in the mail via FedEx. So a lot of these properties are going to be person-to-person transactions, and in those situations, we need wet signatures on all of the closing documents. So you'll print out the closing docs, sign them, get them notarized, ship them off to the seller. They'll do the same, and then they'll ship them down here to Belize. And that can take about 2 weeks to get that done. So in general, you have to build that into your closing timeline. And once that is here and the money is here and everybody has agreed that we are moving forward, congratulations, you are now a new property owner in Belize, and welcome to the family. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and let me know down in the comments what other topics you guys are interested in learning about down here in Belize. Most importantly though, y'all stay blessed.